Hey everybody. So it feels like absolutely ages since I've gone live. Those that have been seeing me probably a lot more on Reels than you would have done in regards to live content. I wanted to come on live because I've had a lot of new people come into my world very much based on the back of letting go of a narcissist webinar. The free webinar, the link is below if you want that, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. I think there's something I want to talk about. The word narcissism is very easily thrown around now. And I personally think that toxic masculinity, toxic femininity, it's all on the rise. It's not gender specific. Obviously, when I talk, I generally talk to women. And since creating the webinar, I have had an influx of women contacting me with the deepness, even on one-to-one coaching level of people working with me, asking me, but how do I let go of this person I love? Even though this person is showing me just how terrible they treat me, this person is hurting me on such a deep level. Yet I don't know how to let go. I long for them, I miss for them, I grieve for them. And here's the thing. The reason I'm so passionate about what I do is because I've been there. It's not because of my qualifications. It's not because of what I've studied. It's not because I get to sit here and be a coach and help women and do the love the work that I do and the work that lights me up. It's because I know firsthand how differently my life would be if one, I hadn't have had the courage to walk away. And let me finish that, because there's a very big difference between walking away from someone that walks away from you that isn't toxic and walking away from someone who is toxic. And I've done both, by the way, in a short period of time. And that was the real catalyst in my life for very deep depression, very dark places, but also what brought me to where I am now. See, I always share my one-to-one clients, please don't think that I've got the life I've got now from never experiencing the pain that you're all feeling, because that's not the case at all. I have the life I have now because I decided to, or forcibly so as well, that I wasn't going to keep feeling the pain I was feeling. And in that, there's a sense of relief. So when it comes to letting go of somebody that's hurting you, I want you to think about what you're losing by holding it on. Because what you're holding on to is literally the energy. You'll see me talk about psychology. You'll see me talk about the neurosystem, the pathways that are created, even the trauma our brain and nervous system goes through in toxic relationships. What you don't hear me talk a lot about is kind of the spiritual aspect of the energy that's exchanged between two people when they are interconnected, when they are connected intimately, when they're connected through the trauma bonding that goes on. And ultimately, what you're doing is there's been a spark of energy that's felt so amazing to you that has lit up a part of you that now you want back, but you've associated with that person. That's the rationalizing of it all. But we don't want rational, do we? We want feelings. We want to feel great, and that's what you want to feel. So the practical thing, first of all, to go and do is ask, what is my life going to be like in 12 months if I keep this cycle going? The second thing is just to block all contact. You don't have to have contact with that person. Trust me when I say, initially when you block them, you're like, oh, you're going to shock, you won't like it. And as the days spin and spin and spin, it will get harder. But then it reverses. And then you start to get back your power and you start feeling good. And you don't want to go back to that pain. It's about the momentum. It's a little bit like when we first start on a house kick or anything like that. The hardest part is getting to the gym. The hardest part is eating the salad and not going for the junk food. But the more you do it, the more you get addicted to a healthier way of being. And I think the other thing here to really think about is, what is this person reflecting to you? When we are in that trauma cycle, when we're in the addictive cycle of going back, and people won't get it. I have to emphasize that. One, if someone's never really had their heart truly broken, they've never had the abandonment feeling, they're not going to get it. And secondly, if no one's been in the toxic cycle of going back, or almost that addiction of going back to the person that's abusing you, they won't get it. Stop talking to them. Go inward. They're not the people to be talking to. So, because I've totally lost my train of thought now, because there was so much. When I look back on my journey, there was so much bad advice given, kind of, oh, get up and get on with it now, and oh, you should be over this by now, and or why would you be putting up with that when you can be focused on this? I don't know why I'm putting it up with it, but I am, and it hurts when I don't, and it hurts when I do, and I don't know which way to go, and that's how it feels when you're in the moment, and that's why I created the How to Let Go of a Narcissist free webinar. The link, if you just go to my website, that will come up. And I also did my program, How to Get Over Heartbreak Fast, because for me, it's also about you healing on every level. It's about you actually going, actually, I'm smarter than this. It's about you going, actually, if I go inwards, I can go outwards quicker. But see, what we underestimate when we've been through abusive relationship or abandonment issues is actually just how clever you are. So you are far cleverer than this. It's not about rationalizing, because you can rationalize, you can look and go, well, they're treating me terrible. Why would I be putting up with this? It's about you leaning into your feelings and going, what if I learned differently? What if I learned a different way of being? Because trust me when I say this, and I've wrote a post on this earlier, just a short post. You don't really need to look at it. I'm telling you now. You will be so happy when you look back at the person you've let go, because you'll realize how terrible your life would have been. Not in this moment, in the healed version of yourself. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty in you getting clued on, getting switched on, and going, actually, I'm doing this. I'm finding a different way of getting out of this trap and cycle of either going back to bad relationships, going through rubbish relationships that don't actually light you up and just leave you hurt, or actually on a deeper level, feeling ready for love, because that's a whole different subject matter. Because feeling ready for love means that you are solid and ready, and the foundations are there for you to attract someone that is truly right for you. But if that person showed up right now in your unhealed version, you'd either find them boring, you'd reject them, you'd sabotage it. Let's just park that. If you're watching this because you're struggling to let go of somebody who's hurt you, then now is the time to educate yourself, because this is more than just about breaking a cycle. It's about claiming back your power. It's about becoming all of you, so you can truly let go of that person that eventually you'll be like, oh, why did I even go there? Why did I even tolerate that? Why did I even put up with that? So I am going to have to hop off here because I'm about to hop on a client one-to-one call, but the link is below for all of them. Trust me when I say this, if you are struggling to let go of somebody, in 12 months' time, you can be in a place where you don't even know why you're with that person. It all starts with you educating yourself, healing yourself, and becoming the true, authentic version of yourself that, quite frankly, is probably really fucking scary right now. But it is in there, and it is possible for you to do. Any comments, please leave them there, and I will come back to them when I can a little bit later. But hello to those that have joined me. Hello to those that are watching on the replay. I am sending you lots of love, and you have got this, okay? Go and enjoy the rest of your day, and let me know what you have learned from